Good morning, everyone. We're here, about to start our 45-minute Pilates routine. We're going to use equipment today. I'm going to get all my toys out. We're going to use a resistance loop. So if you have those, grab it, a long resistance band, and a ball. Now, if you don't have the equipment, don't worry about it. Still do the workout. The equipment gives you a little bit of more challenge, gives you something to squeeze onto and put it between the knees or stretch. But if you don't have it, still you'll get a good workout. There'll be enough that we do without any equipment at all. So we're going to go ahead and get started standing up. And have a look at your feet. Now we're going to do a little bit of extra focus on the core, on the abdominals today, to try to draw that in. So just have a little look. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, toes and heels in line, and start engaging the abdominals. Drawing the belly button in and go deeper, lifting the pelvic floor up and away. So just really lifting from underneath. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms overhead, and then breathe out, come up onto your toes. Just find your balance, slide the shoulders away, ears, long neck, and then reach your arms out to the side as you lower your heels down to the mat. Drop your chin around the spine, start waking up the spine, articulating every joint, kind of diving down over your legs, reaching the hands towards your floor with your legs straight. Then nod the head, relax the back of the neck, and a little shake side to side. Bend your knees, get the hands down to the mat, and start walking forward, breathing out as you come forward, out into your plank. Lift the head, slide the shoulders in away from your, and then I want you to step your feet a little wider than hip width apart, towards the edge of the mat, and then lower the knees down, scoop the belly button in, and exhale, lift the knees back up. Try not to lower the hips down, try to keep the hips in line with the shoulders. Just roll onto the tips of the toes to get the knees down and back up again. Stay there for 4, and lift. 3, lift, last 2, and each time you lift, really lift the kneecaps, engage the quad muscles at the front of the legs. Last one, lift and hold, step your feet back in line with your hips, lift your hips all the way up to the ceiling, press into your heels, hold your stretch here for big inhale, and then walk your hands back to your feet, bend the knees, chin to chest, rounded spine, and roll yourself all the way back up, just realigning your spine, one vertebra on top of the other. Shoulders and head come up last. Now when you go lift your left arm, slide the right hand down the side of the leg, just really lengthen through that left side. So not leaning to one side. Imagine it's the healing balloon pulling you straight up. Inhale down, change arms, right arm up to the ceiling, left hand down the side of the leg. Just find that space between the ribs. It's really stretching out that oblique on your right side. And then inhale, take the hand back down to your side. Now lace your fingers behind the back. Lift your arms, lift your chest, take a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, keep your back straight, hinge yourself forward, and let the arms drop away from you. Now just have a little check of your feet. Make sure they're still about hip width apart and parallel. Take a big breath and lift the chest slightly as you inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the chest down closer to the knees, and so you can let the arms drop a little further away from the body. And a little nod of the head as well. Then release your fingertips. Take the hands down to the mat. Bend your knees. Walk forward, breathing out as you come into your plank. Once you're there, your head comes up, shoulders down away from the ears, tilt the pelvis slightly, scoop the belly button in, and then point the toe on the left foot. Lift that leg up and down, just to hip height, no higher than the hip. Really lengthening through that toe for 3, 2, and 1. Now tuck the left toe under, point the right toes up and down for 6. Keep the pelvis level, don't turn or tilt the pelvis as that right leg goes up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Tuck the right toes under. Now we're going to pull the left knee into the chest, and then extend it back out. Right knee into the chest, alternate sides, and back, pull it in, hold, and then stretch it back out. Knee to chest, hold, and stretch the leg. Stay there for 4, and 3, last 2, and 1. Back into your plank, lift your hips all the way up, press into your heels, maybe walking your feet slightly forward to really stretch into the backs of the legs. And walk your hands back. Soften the knees, chin to chest, roll yourself all the way up, just realigning, restacking till the shoulders and head come all the way up. Breathe in, let the arms overhead. Think about your rib to hip connection, so button the ribs down. Stretch up through the crown of the head as you float onto your toes. And add a little turn to the left, keep the hips facing forward. Inhale back to the center, a little turn to the right. Inhale, center, and then reach the arms out to the side as you drop your heels down to the mat. Chin to chest, last roll down, coming all the way down over your legs. Bend the knees, hands down to the mat, walk forward. Breathing out as you come forward. High plank, shoulders down, squeeze the glutes, engage the core. Now I want you to bend your elbows, pull them in tight to the sides of the ribcage. Exhale, press the mat away. Feel free to modify by dropping to your knees and do a modified push-up. Remember the elbows stay tight to the ribs. Come down, hold, head, shoulders, and hips all the way down in 1. 4 more. And 3. It's too strong. You can also just hold your plank. Last 2. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. 1 more. Up and hold. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lower your knees. Stretch back onto your heels. Rest your head on the mat. And take a big breath in. Good. Just flip yourself over, coming onto your back. And I want you to grab your ball. So lying on your back in a neutral spine, with a little gap under your lower back, button the ribs down, lift your knees up to tabletop, and place the ball between your knees and give it a good squeeze. Now shins should be parallel to the floor, belly button pulled in tight, pelvic floor lifting up and away. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, reach your arms out in front of you, and pump the arms. Breathing in for 4 beats. Lift your palms as you breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. Breathe in. And out. 2 more breaths, breathing in. And out. Now I'm going to hold there, take your hands behind your head, and we're going to extend the legs long to a 45-degree angle, lower them down, exhale, lift. 1 more time, lower the legs down, exhale, lift them back up, and then drop the shoulders, bend the knees. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, shoulders high, legs long, scoop the belly button in tight, lower the legs down, exhale, lift. Now if that feels too strong, you can bend the knees and lower with the knees bent, feet a little closer to the body. 1 last time, lower and lift. Take the shoulders back and then hug the knees all the way into your chest. Okay, last one, knees up to tabletop to start. Spine in neutral, little gap under your lower back, head and shoulders up, stretch the legs, draw the belly button in, lower the legs down, exhale, lift them back up, inhale, lower, exhale, lift, 1 more time, down and up, shoulders back. Now I want you to hold the ball in your hands and use that ball to hug your knees in tight to the chest. Keep the ball in your hands as you reach the arms behind you, stretch your legs out in front of you. Really reach from the tips of the fingers to the tips of your toes, legs together, and we're going to lift the hands, lift the head, peel your spine up, stretch forward, and then straighten up the back, and then roll it down. Go back up. Inhale, arms reach behind. Exhale, roll up and over. Stretch forward. Straighten up the back, shoulders away from the ears, and then tilt the pelvis. We're going to hold halfway down. So you can go an inch lower. Pass the ball to your left hand, open that arm out, inhale back to the center. Ball goes to the right hand, twist, and center, scooping the core in, think rib to hip connection. Active legs. I want you to point the toes, squeeze your legs together, and think about lifting your kneecaps. Really get the quad muscles working in the fronts of the legs. Last one, breathing out. In, now squeeze your ball tight, lift the arms up overhead, inhale, lower, exhale, lift, and lower, 2 more. Again, long, strong legs, anchor down to the mat. Last one, arms up over your head, all the way down, and then roll your spine all the way down, 1 vertebra at a time. Good, let's just pop the ball to the side, and then sweep your arms around the side and come into a V-sit, up into a balance. Feel free to hold the backs of the knees, roll the shoulders back, lift your chin, lift your chest. We're going to try to extend it up into a teaser pose with straight arms and legs, and then exhale, slowly control as you drop back down to the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms around the side. Now, if you find that by extending your legs, you completely lose your alignment through the spine, it's better to keep the knees bent and have it perfectly straight back. But if you can't extend the legs without dropping the chest, go for it, and then slowly, again, resist gravity as you come down to the mat. Big inhale, lengthening as you inhale. And then exhale, so you can come straight up into that teaser pose. Imagine strings pulling through the fingers, pulling through the toes, shoulders back, chin up. Breathe out as you resist and control all the way back down to the mat. Inhale, last one. Exhale, sweeping up, hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly lower the legs, lower the chest, reach the arms behind you. and then pull your knees in and take a big breath. Good. Now lift the toes up to the ceiling. Try to get those legs long and straight. Move your feet around, circling the ankles both ways. Point the toes. Lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. We're going to hold the right leg. Try to hold the back of the calf rather than the back of the knee. Lift your head and shoulders down away from the ears. Switch legs, hold. Get the legs as straight as you can. Lift the chest as high as you can. One more time, slow. Switch, hold. Other side, switch, hold. Now we're going to speed it up. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to continue to stay in this position and hold. Lace the fingers behind that leg so you can pull the leg off the hand for 4, 3. Just pulling it in a little closer to the chest. Last one. Switch the legs. Chest up, shoulders down. Pull the leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Each side. Chest up, shoulders down. Pull the leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch and hold. Little pulls. Or just hold. If you find it impossible to get the leg off the hands, just hold it. Last one, and then drop the shoulders, hug the knees in, and take a deep breath. Good. Extend your legs out. Cross the right leg over the left. Kind of lift your rib cage. Just really stretch out the abdominals, kind of arching the back. And then sink the ribs down into the mat, but maintain that little gap under the lower part of the waist. Now just button your ribs towards your hips. Narrow the waist. Lift the pelvic floor like a little zip from underneath. Hands behind the head, and we're going to peel the head and shoulders up off the mat. So imagine the abdominals drawing in as the shoulders go up. Inhale, lower. So don't let the abdominals bulge up. So as shoulders go up, it's almost like you're pulling something up into the body. Inhale, lower. Stay there. 4 more. Make sure you're not pulling in the back of the head. We're just kind of resting the head in the pads of your fingertips. It's the abdominals lifting you, not that kind of grabbing the back of the neck. Last 2. Hold the last one up. Scoop the belly button. Another little pelvic floor lift. Small crunch to the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Try to point the toes, really active legs. Hold the last one. Lift your right knee up to tabletop. Crunch towards the knee for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Elbows a little wider. Knee into the chest for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the belly button pulled down. Keep that neutral spine. 2 and 1. Lower the chest. Stretch your right leg out. Take a deep breath in. And then cross your left leg over the right. Again, button ribs to hips, belly button in, pelvic floor lift, head and shoulders all the way up. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So again, imagine everything drawing in as the shoulders go up, scooping the core, lifting the pelvic floor with each lift of the shoulders. So that integrates all of your layers of your abdominals, from the deepest, from the pelvic floor, right to your surface muscles, your rectus abdominis, which is going to get those shoulders up off the mat. Last 2, and hold the last one up. Draw the belly button in, pelvic floor lift, small pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now lift your left knee up to tabletop. Crunch towards the knee. 8, 7, 6. Make sure you're not pulling the neck. 4, 3, 2, and hold. Knee to chest. Last set. 8, 7, 6. Draw the abdominals in, sides of the waist pulling together. Last 2 and 1, and then stretch everything out. Really lift your rib cage once again. Big inhale, and then exhale. Just sink the knees down. Take your hands down to your sides. Bend your knees, feet flat on the mat. I'm going to take the arms a little wider, and we're just going to drop both knees down to the right with the feet stuck to the floor. Turn your head the other way, and then change. The knees drop to the left as your head turns to the right. Just feeling that kind of loosening through your lower back. As we move the knees side to side, let the hips roll up off the mat, but the shoulders stay down. Last one. Come back to the center point, and then I want you to grab your ball one last time. Ball between your knees. We're going to press your lower back down into that. Draw the belly button in, hands behind the head. We're going to curl the shoulders up, squeeze the ball tight. Big pelvic floor lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And lower. For 3, so I want that lower back pressing down into the mat. Big squeeze of the ball. Again, pelvic floor lifting. So we get the inner thighs to help you to connect deeper through those deep abdominals. With the last one, we cross the hand across the body to the opposite knee, and then switch. Left hand to the right knee. Right hand to the left knee. Make each one count. Really get to the top of that knee. Try to go as far as you can and then reach an inch further. Stay there for 5, 4, lower back down into the mat, little squeeze of the ball with each twist, last 2, and 1. Drop the shoulders, pull the knees in, hug the knees in with your ball, and then roll yourself up to sitting. Drop the ball and find your loop. Loop goes up around the knees. And then we flip over to all 4s. So hands directly beneath the shoulders. Let's come into a big cat stretch. Just to stretch out the lower back, chin to chest, and then reverse it. Coming into the cow with the head, with the tailbone. One more time, chin to chest, tailbone tucked under, rounded spine. And then reverse it, lift the head, lift the tailbone, get that nice stretch through the abdominals. And then come right in the middle, straight back. Slide the loop under your left foot and extend your right leg out. Try to really lift that knee up. I want that knee locked out into a long straight leg. Lift the leg and lower. Up and down. Now make sure both hip bones are pointing down to the mat. Your supporting leg, the hip is directly above the knee. So we're not leaning into that left side as the right leg goes up. Think about your rib to hip connection. So we're not letting the abdominals just hang down. We keep them pulling up and in to support the lower back and keep the spine nice and still and stable. 2 more. Hold the last one. Really stretch a leg a little longer. Little pulses up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bend the knee. Sole the foot to the ceiling. Pulse up from there. Big lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pull the heel in even closer. Lift the knee higher. One more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch the leg all the way out. Point the toe. Lift the lower back. Scoop the belly button up and away. Try to press the mat away. And then sweep the leg. Big circles. Slow circles. Sweep out. Slowly circle around and down. Sweep out to the side. Up and around and down. Again, make sure you're right through the center of your mat. You're not leaning to one side or the other. Last 2. And down. 1. Down and hold. Now tap the foot out. And in. Leg like a long chopstick, no bend in the knee, lengthening through the toe. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, last 2, and then hold the last one out. Rotate the leg out again, lengthen through the toes, lift and lower. Pinky toe pointing up to the ceiling, getting that turn out leg at a long diagonal. 6 and 5. Make sure you're not bending into your left elbow as that leg goes up. Last 3, 2, hold it up, little circles. 4, 3, long straight leg. 2, 1, little higher reverse. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower the right knee down. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms, stretch your back, circle your wrists, and drag your hands back out. Just shake out any tension. Sort your band out. If it's twisted up at all, just try to flatten it back out. Tuck it under your right knee. Shoulders away from the ears, left leg long. Scoop the belly button up and away. Make sure the foot is in line with your hip as you lift and lower. So the first set of the foot is flexed. Pulling the toes in towards the body as you press the heel out to the back wall. Really lifting the back of the knee up so we get that long straight leg. Keeping your ears in line with your shoulders. Back nice and straight. 4 more. 3, 2, hold the last one. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bend the knee, sole the foot up to the ceiling. Pulse up from there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Now just butt your ribs towards your hips. Pull your heel in a little closer. Tuck the knee a little tighter into your center line. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5. Press your mat away. 3, 2, and 1. Then extend the leg all the way out. Point the toe. Top of the foot touches the mat. Lift the lower back. Circle the leg out to the side and around. Like you're sweeping the end of the mat. Slow circles, not too fast. Sweep up and around. No movement through the upper body. Arms are straight. 4 more. 3. Last 2. And 1. Foot back to that center point of the mat. Zip the core. Tap the foot out and in. Up and over, up and back. First sit. Imagine you're pulling your mat in two. As you start to fatigue at the second time, make sure you're really pulling those shoulder blades together. You're not sinking into your shoulders. 2 more times with the leg. Hold the last one at the edge of the mat. Rotate the leg outward. Make sure you're not leaning to that right side. Lift the leg at a long diagonal. Inhale, lower. Feel that twitch of the muscle with each lift. Think lift, lift, hold, and release. Stay there for 5. And for your standing leg, maybe burning a little bit as well. That's completely normal. Last 3 and 2. Hold the last one up. Lengthen through that to small circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift a little higher, reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knee down to the mat. Get the loop up around the right knee and sit back onto your heels. Stretch your arms out. Rest your head up on the mat. And take a big breath in. Let it go. Good. Drag your hands back. Come all the way behind you. Lift your hips high. Maybe take the knees out to the side. Don't force this if you have knee issues that feel like this is going to exacerbate them. So never force the stretches. Bend your elbows a little bit. And then just sit yourself back up. Hands behind your back. Lift the arms. Lift your chest. And then lace it down around the shoulders. Good. Okay, changing position now. But keep the loop around your knees. Just kind of flatten it again. Feel free to grab a quick sip of water as we change positions. We're going to stay with your legs for a moment. Focusing on the glutes. Come all the way down onto your back. Have your heels on the edges of the mat and your toes slightly turned off the edges. So your feet are wider than your hips. The little turnout on the toes. Imprint your lower back down into the mat. Draw the belly button in. Give me a big pelvic floor lift. Imagine pulling your tailbone up to your pubic bone. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, curl all the way up into a nice high shoulder bridge. Walk your hands a little closer towards your feet. Narrow the waist. And then drop the hips down and up. Breathe in and out. Stay here for 8, 7. Big squeeze at the top. Make each one count. 5. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold it up, little pulse to the top, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Press the knees out into your band. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we combine. I want the hips down, up, double pulse out to the sides. Down, up, 2 pulses out. Low, high, pulse, pulse. Down, up, knees out and out. 4 more. Pulse, pulse. 3, out and out. Last 2, lift, squeeze. Last 1, double pulse out, hold. Get the hips a little higher, stretch the knees a little wider. Breathe in, reach the arms overhead, and then breathe out, melt your spine all the way down to the mat, bone by bone. Good. Hands come back to your sides with a big inhale. And second set, we're up on our toes with your heels up. The toes are at the edges of the mat. You should be able to touch your heels with your hands. Take your hands into the lower abdominals. Tilt the pelvis. Scoop everything in. Just hollowing the abdominals. Peel your spine all the way up. Articulating every joint. Walk your hands a little closer towards your feet. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Drop the hips down. Squeeze the glutes to lift. Low to high. Try to get the hips higher than that line that runs between your knees and your shoulders. So you really lift up. Stay there for 6 and 5. Also think about the core muscles. Think about your waistband. So you can narrow those muscles, like you could inch your waistband a little bit higher without using your hands. 3. Last 2. Hold the last one up. Press the knees a little wider. Check your shoulders are relaxed. Tiny squeeze to the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now we do our combination. Down, up, knees out twice. Down, up, pulse the knees twice. Down, up, knees stretching into the band. For 5, lift, pulse, pulse. 4, lift, out, up. 3, double pulse. 2, lift, out and out. Last 1, lift, out and out. Hold. Now I forgot to do the knee out, just only the knees out. So we're going to finish with that. Big presses out into the band. 8, 7, 6, hips stay high. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then inhale, lift the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, melt your spine all the way down, 1 vertebra at a time. And then hug your knees into your chest. Just move your feet around. Both ways. Good. Keep the band in place. We're going to prop ourselves up onto our elbows. Scoop the core in tight. And then slide your right leg out. Keep your left knee into the chest. Lower the legs. Keep the shape of the legs. Exhale, lift. Take your fingertips, touch the lowest front rib, and kind of draw it down towards the mat. Everything's scooped out through the core. Lift up out of your shoulders. Lower the heel all the way to the mat, and the knee into the chest. 2 more. Down. Nice open collarbone, chin up. Hold the last one. We're going to circle to the right, sweep to the right, and left. Right and left, last one, and back, and then finish the middle of that circle, and then change the legs. Right knee in, left leg long, belly button in tight, lower, and lift. Breathe in, and out. Heel to the mat, knee to the chest, make sure you've got the nice open collarbone. 4 more, and 3. Last 2. Hold it up. Now we draw rainbows to the left. Hips move, but no movement through the upper body to the right. Up and over, up and back. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the center line. Pull both knees in. Again, lift up out of the shoulders. Stretch your legs out. Turn your toes out. Stretch your band for 8, 7. Click the heels as they come together. Belly button in tight. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels stay together. Stretch the legs. Lower the right leg down and up. Left leg down and up. Right leg. 4 more. 3. Last 2. Get the legs as straight as you can. 1. And then come all the way up. Feet to the mat. Stretch out your back. Sitting up as tall as you can. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Just kind of round the spine. I want you to get the loop off of your knees and hold it in your hands. So your thumbs are pointing up to the ceiling. That loop is around your fingertips. Our feet and knees are in line with the hips. So we start in a nice long straight back, hands out in front of you. Breathe out, tilt the pelvis, gather the belly, and roll yourself back until the band is right over your knees. Now stretch your arms out into that band. We're going to go down an inch. Up an inch. Feet stay stuck to the mat. Tuck and lift for 4 and 3. Think rib to hip connection. Belly button hold in. 2. Hold the last one up. Turn to the left. That leading arm stretches the loop. Inhale back to the center. Turn to the right. There's no movement through the knees. Make sure the knees aren't leaning in counterbalance to the arms. Twist. Stretch that leading arm into the loop. Inhale center. Twist the other way. And center just one more time each way. Twist left and center. Twist right and center. Hands to the knees and straighten up your back. Big inhale. Next exhale, again, back into our C curve, tilting the pelvis, gathering the belly in, round the spine, all the way back, shoulders down. I'm going to lift the arms up overhead. Inhale, lower them back down, still stretching into that loop. For 4. Try to get the arms almost behind the ears. 3. Lift them so high that those feet really want to come up off the mat. 2. And 1. Now take the hands back down. Now again, as we started, down an inch, up an inch, tuck, and lift a little stretch of the band for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come all the way up. Soles of your feet together. Just melt, kind of folding forward over your legs. Let everything flop forward. And then take your elbows to your knees. Try to ease your knees down to the floor. And then sit up nice and straight. Pull your heels in closer to your hips. Hold your toes. And again, sit as tall, really lengthening through the spine as you drop the knees out to your sides. Good. All right, knees come back together. And we're going to come all the way down onto your back once again. Feet and knees are about hip-width apart. So we're going to lift up into a nice high bridge. Once the hips are up, we take the hands to the abdomen and just try to pinch your ribs a little tighter towards your hips. Pull your knees in a little bit tighter so they just have that inner thigh connection, but not that they're touching. in towards each other. And then lift your right knee up and touch the toe of the right foot to the inside of your left knee. Walk your hands a little closer to your feet and then kick that toe up to the ceiling. Add your turnout, really exaggerate your turnout, and then lower the leg down, pass that left leg down towards the floor, and then exhale back up to the ceiling. Lengthening through the toe the whole time, trying to keep your hips high, trying to keep the hips parallel to the floor, really pressing into the left foot as you lower and lift. 4 more. And lift. Last 3, 2, 1 more. Down, up and hold, and then drop the right foot to the mat. Lift the hips a little higher again. Think ribs to hips, knees slightly pulled in. Send your left leg up to mat. Let's touch the toe to the inside of the right knee to start. Then kick the toe up to the ceiling. Add your turnout. Exaggerate your rotation. Rotating from the hip. Lengthen through the leg as you lower and lift. Shoulders away from the ears. Press into the mat for those hands. 4 more. Pressing into the heel of the supporting leg. Make sure that right knee stays in line with the hip. Doesn't roll out. Keep that inner thigh working to pull it in towards your center line. Last 3. Exhale with each leg, lift 2, and lift. 1 more, lift and hold, and then take that left foot down to the mat. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way behind you, stretch through the fingertips, and then slowly melt the spine down, rib cage down, really tilt the pelvis to get through your middle back, and then through the 5 joints of your lumbar spine before your hip bones and your tailbone come down. Take a deep breath in, take your hands back to your sides. Walk your feet in a little closer, and we're going to do a second set up into our bridge. Again, pinch the ribs towards the hips, just tilting the pelvis slightly, tailbone pointing up to the knees, pull the knees in, and then lift your left knee up. Keep that knee bent in a 90-degree angle. Lower the hips down, exhale, lift all the way up. Try to lift your toes on your right foot, on that supporting leg, so you're balanced on your heel. Stay here for 10, 9, exhale with each lift, 8. If you want to advance, just take the hands away. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, drop the left foot. Big inhale, breathe out, lift back up. Rib to hip connection, knees pulled in, changing sides. Right knee stays up. Lift the toes on your left foot, lower and lift down and up, really pressing into that heel. Squeezing that left glute. Stay here for 10 and 9, 8. Making each one count. Really squeeze and then all the way down to the mat. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one up. Lower that right foot down to the mat. Now hips are still high, but both feet are on the mat. One last set. 8 times down and up. Squeeze. 8. 7, keep the knees pulling in slightly towards each other. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms all the way behind, melt your spine all the way down. Wrap your hands around your knees, hug your knees into your chest, and a little rock side to side. Good, just lift the feet up to the ceiling, just to get a nice stretch through the hamstrings. Hold those legs in towards your chest. And then I want you to bend your knees, kind of pulled into a little bit of a ball. Take your hands down along your sides and try to lift your hips up, pulling your knees into your chest. So roll the hips up onto your shoulders. Slowly articulate the spine back down to the mat. Extend the legs out. Exhale, hold. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, hips up off the mat. Press into your hands. Control as you roll back down. Extend the legs. Exhale, hold. Inhale, knees to chest, hips up off the mat, rolling motion. Control as you roll back down bone by bone. Extend the legs, exhale, hold. Inhale, knees to chest, press into the hands. Use the upper body right up onto the shoulders, and then slowly, again, using the arms to control as you resist gravity coming down. Extend your legs out in front of you, hold. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, hips high. Inhale, lower the hips down. Exhale, extend the legs and hold. Last one. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, hips high. Imagine you're trying to touch your knees to your nose. Roll the spine back down. Extend the legs out and in. And then just hug your knees into your chest. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, pulled into a tight little ball, and then stretch both arms and legs long and tuck and reach the rib to hip connection, belly button in tight for 6, 5, 4, and 3, 2, hold the last one. Let the head come down to the mat. Slowly lower the arms and legs. Exhale, lift everything back up. Keep the ribs down to the mat. Belly button in tight. Inhale, lower. Modification. You're starting to fatigue. Just take the feet closer to your body. Better to reduce the load and do it perfectly than keep long and strong if you're totally arching or getting into your lower back at all. Aim for 3 more. Use the breath. Breathing out each lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Last one, down and up. Hold the backs of the legs. Roll yourself all the way up. Slide down your legs and just get a lovely stretch here, wrapping around the knees, drawing the chest down to your legs. Sit up nice and tall, and then we're going to flip onto your side. No equipment needed for the next one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use the long bed because I don't think we've used that yet. So we're going to place the long bed over the top of your knees, cross it under, and then hold it on top. Shift onto your side. Prop your head up, and then swing your feet to the front edge of your mat. Your knees should be in line with your hips. So your hips are bent 90 degrees, knees bent 90 degrees. It's like you're in a straight back chair on its side. Core in tight. Make sure your knees are stacked, that that top knee isn't slightly behind the lower knee. Lift the knee and the foot without letting the foot go any higher than the knee. We're going to be working into this muscle here. Make sure you lift, squeeze that muscle with each lift. So it's almost like a lift, hold, and then release. Lift, hold, and release. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Nice long spine. Stay there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the next one up. Now we circle the knee and the foot like you're smudging a circle with that shin. Up and around, up and around. 4, 3, 2, foot stays in line with the knee. Hold the last one. Stretch the band a little bit more. Drop that foot slightly. Reverse your circle. 6 the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now feet together, knees together. Again, straighten up your back and then lift the knee and lower. Feet stay together, up and down for 10, 9, 8. Again, just check that those knees are coming right back together, that that top knee isn't kind of creeping behind the back knee. That would mean that the pelvis is reaching to the back wall, that top hip. So your hips should be stacked. 4, 3, 2. We hold the last one up. Double time pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knees together. Just tap out that muscle. Good. Move your hands. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your arm out. Rest your head on your outstretched arms. Take your hand and wrap it around the narrowest part of the waist. Try to pull that oblique up. Roll your top shoulder back and lift both feet up off the mat. Stretch the toes. Squeeze the glutes. Lift your top leg in small circles. And take your hand. Just check your lower abdominals are pulling in. You got that rib to hip connection. Tailbone reaching towards your heels. Let's take the hand to the ceiling. Small circles, nothing else should move. Make sure your neck is relaxed. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5. Stabilize. Press the body button. Narrowing the waist. Get the obliques working besides the waist. Last 2 and 1. Now flex your feet. Lift the top leg up and down. Lower leg stays hovering up off the mat. Big lift and lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, kick it out, straighten up that leg, pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet back in line with your hips, scissor the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back together, drop the feet down, slide your top knee forward, hand from the head. Holds the knee in place as you reach the other arm out behind you. And then circle that arm over your head, all the way down and around. Reverse your circle, all the way around. Then take your knees back together, change sides. Find your band again. Cross underneath, hold on top. So you got that double wrap around the knees, flip onto your side. Head propped up, knees and feet forward. So you're in that straight back chair, shoulders away from the ears. Lift, hold, and release. Lift, hold. Try to hollow the abdominal muscles, add a little pelvic floor lift. So we've got that strong foundation through the core as we start moving the limbs. Make each one count, getting this muscle at the outside of the hip, that glute medius, your side butt really burning. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the last one up. Small circles, up and around, up and around. Try to lengthen your spine. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circles. Knee and foot traveling at the same speed, like you're smudging a circle with your shin. Stay there for 4, 3, really stretch that band up and around. Last 1, feet together. Again, lengthen the upper body, just lift the knee, feet stay together. High to low, up and down for 10, 9, 8. Make each one count. 7, check that the knees are coming right back together, that top knee isn't any, kind of an inch or so behind the lower knee. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it up, pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just double time. Stretching and jiggling the top leg. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come back together to tap out any burn from that hip. Take the band away. Stretch your arm out. Stretch your legs out. Shoulders back, wrap the hand around the waist on that narrowest part of the waist and lift. Make sure you tuck shoulders back. Then take the hands to the lower abdominals. Lift the top leg, small circles. A little squeeze on the glutes. Lower abdominals are tight. Lower leg is hovering up off the mat. So float this hand up to the ceiling. Shoulders down away from the ears. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flex the feet, pull the toes in, lift the legs, stretch that leg long. Inhale, lower, lift and lower. Think about your rib to hip connection, core strong. Working into that side butt, really getting that burn, pressing a little higher. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, pulse it at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet back in line with the hips. Zip the core a little tighter. Scissor both legs. No bend in the knee. Back leg, or that lower leg, is kind of sweeping straight to the mat behind you. That back corner of the mat without flaring the ribs. 4, 3, feet in line with the hips. Don't let them sink down to the floor. 2. Last 1. Legs come back together. Drop the feet down to the mat. Slide your top knee forward. Hand from the head holds the knee, and the other arm reaches out behind you until the back of the hand is touching the floor, looking over your shoulder. Circle the arm over your head all the way around. Good. And then reverse your circles. Do 2 circles the other way. I'm going to drag the hand along the floor, pushing everything out of the way. Good. Okay, roll over onto your back. Just center yourself right through the middle of your mat once again. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Take your hand, press that right knee away, and then pull the left knee into your chest. Take the hand through the legs, wrap it around the back of the thigh, and then try to tilt your pelvis forward slightly as you pull your knee in. And then open the shoulders out. Add a little bit of movement side to side. And then switch the legs. Let's actually start with the feet down on the mat. Cross your left ankle over the right knee. Left hand presses that knee away just to open up the hip, and then we pull the right knee into the chest, looping your hands around the back of the right thigh, stretching the shoulders, nice open collarbone. Knee in, just a little bit of movement side to side. Good, and cross the legs. Find your long band or your loop. Get it around your foot. Right leg up to the ceiling. Just try to walk your hands, kind of climb up that band like you're climbing a rope. Ease the back of the knee out as you pull the foot in. You get a nice long straight leg. Big exhale. Just relax your shoulders, soften your face. And then just drop the leg out to the side for your inner thigh stretch without rolling the pelvis. And then to the other side. Keeping the hip down, pulling the band. Back to your center line. Switch left foot into your band, right leg out. Sink the shoulders, walking up that band, easing the knee away as you pull the leg in. Maybe even kind of massaging or rubbing that hamstring just to help stretch it out. Take the leg then out to the side, keep the right hip down on the mat. And then cross the leg over the body, keeping the left hip down. Maybe slightly bend and then straighten the leg back out and give that band a big pull. Big inhale and exhale. Just let it go. Come back to the midline. Drop your band, roll yourself over. Again, we're going to drop your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone, really round the spine into a nice big cat stretch. And then come into a neutral spine, tuck your toes, lift your knees, hover your knees, gather the belly button up and away, hold there for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift the knees all the way up, press into your heels, arch the back, really puff your chest forward, press the mat away, heels down, pedal through the feet, right heel, right and left, and then both heels down, walk your hands back to your feet, let your head hang, nod the head yes, shake the head no. Bend the knees, scoop the abdominals, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Float the hands up, inhale, and then exhale, come up onto your toes. Narrow the waist, squeeze the glutes, and then reach out to your sides as you lower your heels down. Big swing, and you're all set. So hope you enjoyed that extra focus on the core. We did a lot of legs. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more upper body tomorrow. So try to tune in just to kind of even everything out so we can work all the muscles throughout the week. Hope to see you soon. Bye.